It feels like forever since I filmed a reading vlog, so I am so excited to be sitting down and starting a new one today. And I thought, you know what, let's make this a bit of a challenge, a bit of a fun one. So today is Monday, and each day this week I'm gonna message a different bestie and ask them if they can pick a number from 0 to 400, because I don't think I can read more than 400 pages in a day. I don't know. I feel like 400 is like realistic but still very challenging. Reading 400 pages in one day would be a lot, I think. But I'm gonna ask them to pick a number between 0 and 400, and whatever number they give me is how many pages I'm gonna be reading that day. In saying that, I'm not gonna tell them what the number is for. I'm just gonna send them a text asking them to randomly pick a number for me, and after they pick a number, maybe I'll let them know what it's for. But like I said, it's Monday morning, and I think I'm gonna start off by messaging bestie Destiny. Hi bestie, I'm filming a reading vlog and would love your help with something. Could you please pick a number between 0 and 400? I cannot give you any more information at this point, but thank you for your service. Emoji. Okay, send. We're gonna wait for Des to respond, and I will check back in with you guys when I know how many pages we're gonna read today. Oh my gosh, she literally just texted me back. 5. Honestly, can't complain. I forgot to mention this, but the other catch to this little challenge is that I have to read exactly how many pages the person chooses, no less, obviously, but also no more. So I get to read 5 pages today, and if I have to end in the middle of the chapter, so be it. It's gonna be an interesting week, starting off with 5 pages, thanks to bestie Des. Not gonna lie, I am kind of glad we got a really low page number today, because it is 4:26 p.m. and I have not picked up a book today. I've just been doing other things. I've just had a lot to do today and not a lot of reading time today. So I'm not complaining that I only have 5 pages to read today. I think I'm going to start Girl, Serpent, Thorn. This is just a book I've been wanting to read for such a long time. It's been on my TBR cart forever. This is YA fantasy, and it's about a girl who I think is kind of like a princess, and she's just like hidden away because there's some sort of like curse or something that she has. Poisonous to the touch. So she can't touch anyone, otherwise they will be poisoned. And I guess the story goes from there. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to start this today. I'm going to read the first 5 pages, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even the first chapter. So I will be stopping halfway through a chapter, but that's what we have to do to follow the rules of this reading challenge. Well, finished my pages, and the last sentence on that page is literally our main character asking a question, and I guess we'll find out the answer to that question tomorrow. So I just read page 9, which means I'll start on page 10 tomorrow, and that's because chapter 1 starts on page number 5. But I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so I'll put my bookmark in there to revisit that tomorrow, I guess. That was fun. First day of reading complete. Oh no. Watch me get like 399 tomorrow or something. I should be thankful for this. It is now day 2, and today I think I'm going to text Sara to ask her how many pages I should read today. Actually, not even asking her how many pages. I'm just asking her to pick a number between 0 and 400. I'm filming a reading vlog and would love your help. Can you pick a number between 0 and 400? I can't tell you why right now, but I can tell you after. Okay, let's see what Sara says. I feel like, let's see what the time is. The time, it's 7:30 p.m. for her right now, so I don't know if she'll be busy or not, but we'll see when she responds, and we'll see how many pages we're gonna have to read today. Oh my gosh, she just replied. Everyone's replying so fast. She said sneaky, yes of course. 236. Perfect. That's actually a pretty good amount. It's like enough to be a little bit more challenging. Like that is quite a lot of pages, but it's not a ridiculous amount. And honestly, after reading 5 pages yesterday, I'm ready to read a few more today. Oh my gosh. I just told her what the number was for, and she said I almost chose 398. Well, thank you, bestie Sara. It is 9:30 a.m. right now, so we have to read 236 pages today. I do have some editing to do first, but I'm excited to pick up Girl, Serpent, Thorn again later today, because honestly, I've been thinking about it. I feel like those first 5 pages yesterday were actually really intriguing, and I want to know more. I want to know what's going to happen in that story, so I'm glad we have a bit more reading today. So I know this morning I said I was excited to get back into Girl, Serpent, Thorn, which was the book that I started yesterday, but for some reason when I went to go start reading reading, I was like, I think I'm in a romance mood. So I decided to pick up Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I've read a few of Lauren Asher's books now. I've read the Dreamland Billionaire series, and then I've read the first book in this series. So I was excited to continue it. I feel like to me, her books are good, but not amazing. Like they usually sit between like a 3-star, 4-star, 3.5, that kind of realm. I definitely felt like Love Redesigned, like the first book in this series, was just much too long. And I feel like this one could be the same. However, in saying that, I have already read 120 pages and it has felt like I've read like 50. This is already going so fast, and I feel like that always happens when I pick up Lauren Asher books. Like they always just fly by, and I never understand why. I feel like her writing is just so easy to fly through, and it just like, I don't know, it just flows through my brain so easily. So in this book we are reading about Raphael and Ellie, and Raphael is a single dad and Ellie is the nanny, and Raphael has an 8-year-old son who is dealing with some, I guess like health issues maybe. I don't want to like give too much away just in case you guys want to go in completely blind, but Ellie is just such a great nanny to this boy. But it seems like there's just a bit of tension between Raphael and Ellie. Like they like each other and you can tell there's like a bit of chemistry there. But firstly, obviously she is the nanny, so like professionally Ellie has kind of been like, I'm not going to go there. But also I feel like Raphael has a little bit of jealousy with the relationship between his son and Ellie. Like his son just like loves Ellie, and Raphael is a little bit jealous because he wants to have a better relationship with his son but seems like he can't get there. But I'm sure that will change throughout the book, I think. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to go on a trip to Hawaii, but we haven't got there yet. So I'm excited to see how that goes. So far so good. I don't think it's going to be like a 5-star book, but I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun. I like the characters. I like that it's set in a small town that I already know. I already know the side characters. It feels familiar, which is always just nice. And I'm excited to see what happens. I feel like single dad is a trope that I tend to really enjoy. So we'll see how we go. I've obviously got quite a few more pages to read today. Was it 236 that I had to read today? So I'm like halfway through my pages for today, but I feel like it'll go quickly, so I'm not too worried about it. But I might update you guys a little bit later. It is like 5 p.m. at the moment. Oh yeah, it's just hit 5 p.m. and I finished my to-do list for today. I just had a shower. I'm cooking dinner, so it's kind of entering that like chill part of my day where I just sit back and relax. So I'm sure I'll get a bit more reading done now. I'm now at chapter 26, which is page 218. So I only have like less than 20 pages to go, and this is the quickest 200 pages I've ever read in my life. Like this has gone so fast. I didn't even start my pages until like maybe 4 p.m, maybe 3:30. I don't know. I just thought that maybe I would end up having to like stay up late to be able to finish my pages today because I didn't start it till later. But these pages have flown by and I'm really enjoying this book. I really love the addition of like family dynamics in books. And the single dad trope, it is just good, in my opinion. I feel like this is probably one of my favorite like nanny romances I've read because I don't often love them. I did not love Heartless by Elsie Silver. Like that dynamic, for some reason, I just didn't really like. But this one, I'm really enjoying. And like I said, I only have about 20 or like less than 20 pages to go. But I did check and I am gonna have to end halfway through a chapter. Or like literally 1 page before the chapter ends. Not even halfway through. 1 page before it ends, which is so disappointing. That's where it ends. This is where I'm gonna get up to. So I'm gonna read the rest of this now, but I'm really enjoying this. It's Wednesday, it's day 3, and today I asked Haley to pick how many pages I'm gonna read today, and she said 165, which I think is a really good amount. So far, I feel like every day I'm really happy with the amount of pages chosen because on Monday I only had 5, but I was pretty busy, so that worked out well. Yesterday I had 200 and something, and that was just like the perfect amount for the amount of time I had yesterday. I literally finished my pages right as I was like getting tired enough to fall asleep. And now today, 136, that sounds sounds gorgeous. So I think I'm going to continue with Love Redesigned. I'm currently on page 236. And if I read 165 pages, I think it'll be... I'm going to check on a calculator because I do not trust my own judgment and my own maths. 236 plus 165 equals 401. Yep, I did have the math wrong. So we get to read up to page 401, which is again the second last page of a chapter. Cool. That'll be fun. Can't wait to almost find out what happens in that chapter. I'm still quite enjoying this book and I'm excited to continue it. They are now in Hawaii on the little like family vacation, which is really fun. I feel like going on a little family vacation gives opportunity for some really fun scenes. Like I read one about a sandcastle competition and that was really cute. So I'm excited to see kind of like what other scenes we get to see on this vacation. But this is the chunk we'll be reading today. To head to bed, but I finished my pages earlier today. I'm actually a little bit sad. I wish I could have read more today, but obviously that's not the way the cookie crumbles. We got up to page 401. I will say this book definitely feels like it could wrap up in the next 30 pages. You're telling me that I have 200 pages left of this book. I'm on page 400 and I have over 200 pages to go of a contemporary romance book. Like, why? They're pretty much happy. Like, things are almost, I would say, wrapped up. What's this? What is this? I should have expected it because Love Redesigned was also just a chonker of a book, but I just don't get it. I feel like the only time it's good for a romance book to be this long is when you're like obsessed with the characters. And I don't dislike the characters. I really like them, but I'm not utterly obsessed. And so the idea of reading another 200 pages, it's okay. Like, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm also just like, why? It's good enough for me to want to continue. Like, it's not like I'm wanting to DNF or anything like that, but I'm just like, 600 pages? Like, why? And it's just interesting to me because we've had conflict, we've had depth. The characters have histories that we have delved into. Both of our love interests started with walls up and we have knocked down those walls. We have kind of gotten past that point. They know each other really well. What else is left to be done? I don't really get it. There is like a bit of a subplot going on with our female main character. She has had something happen in her past that she is trying to basically like figure out and solve, put to rest without obviously going into detail. So I'm assuming that will be happening in the rest of this book. And the romance definitely isn't complete. Like, it's not like they are happily ever after epilogue vibes, but it like could be if the author wanted it to be. Like, give them 30 pages, they could be together forever, you know? I don't know. I'm just a bit like, well, actually you guys know exactly how I feel because I've just spoke about it for the past 2 minutes. But hopefully tomorrow, whoever I message to ask for pages will give me over 200 pages so that I can finish my first book in this vlog. But I guess we'll have to wait and see because I just need to follow the orders, you know? But I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. We are up to day 4 and today I'm gonna ask George to choose how many pages I'm gonna read today. I'm just about to go for my morning walk. It's like 7 a.m. So I don't know if she'll be awake or how long she'll take to reply. We'll see, but let's have a look. Excuse me, Gom Gom, I have a quick question. I'm filming a book video and would love if you could pick a number between 0 and 400. I really wish I like could know what she's gonna think when she reads that, but the text has been sent and I'm gonna go on my morning walk. I wanted to send the text kind of early just in case it is a larger amount of pages so that I have like all day to be able to read them. I'm hoping she picks a big number, but obviously we have to wait and see. Update, we have a reply from George and she said 345, which is absolutely perfect. As I said, I was hoping for a bit of a bigger number today and she came through without me even having to like hint at that. You know when your close friends send you a message and you read it the way they would say it? When I received this message, I read it the way I think she would say it, and the way I think she would say it is, oh my gosh, I love this question. I think 345 feels clean for me. I think that's how she'd say it. George, please confirm or deny if that's how you would say it. So that means I'm going to continue with my read of Love Unwritten. We got up to page 401 yesterday, and that means we get to finish this today, which feels so good. It's Thursday and we're still in the first book of the week, but that's okay. That's okay. Obviously got to stick to the designated pages, so I have no choice. with how many books we read, technically. But this book is 612 pages. So 3, 4, 5 minus 2, 1, 1. We get to read 134 pages of another book. So we'll make that decision later. But for now, I'm gonna try and finish Love Unwritten. I ended up finishing Love Unwritten and it was cute. I had a good time. I did really like our characters. I just think overall my main criticism is that it was just way too dragged out for me, and I just think it could have been a lot shorter, and I honestly think I would have enjoyed it more if it was shorter. Obviously, like I mentioned earlier, if I had been obsessed with the characters, maybe I would have really enjoyed the length, because I think if you love the characters, you want all the time you can get with the characters. Like in the Boys of Tommen series, I could easily read another like 500 pages on top of what you already get in those books, because I love the characters so much, but I just didn't care that much. Like I liked them, I just wasn't obsessed with them. But I liked the ending. It was cute and I'm happy that I read it. I had a good time, and that's like the main thing. I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.75 because I don't think it was quite a 4-star, but it was better than like a 3. So 3.75 I think. But now we have another 145 pages to read, did we say? Oh, 134. And I think I'm still in a romance mood, so let's go see what we feel like reading next. Okay, here's the issue. This book should go next to this one, but there is no space, and this shelf is very full. But I want it to go with my Lauren Asher books, which obviously have to stay here, but then I don't want to move this one because that goes with my Krista and Becca Ritchie books. And then we have my Boys of Tommen series. Like I'm gonna have to split something up, but I don't know what I want to split up. I guess I could... Oh, that feels kind of wrong to do that. And then technically I could even put it up here because this is where my small town romance series, or a lot of my small town romance series go, but it also can't fit there. Houston, we have a problem. And the problem is that I have too many books. But is it really a problem? No. Maybe I will split up Lauren Asher. No. Maybe we can move my icebreaker books down here. And that means when I eventually do read Daydream, that could also go down here because that would fit quite nicely. So maybe I do this, put the icebreaker books down here, and then just, I mean I haven't read this yet, so this is on my TBR cart, but once I do read it, it can go in here. And I feel like the colours are not too bad. And then maybe I put these guys. Oh, I kind of want to, like they would go so, the colours would go so well with the Lucy Score books, but it wouldn't fit there. Might just have to go here. But then where are my other Lauren Asher books going? Okay, if we reshuffle those down here, move this here, then do they fit? Oh, they don't. Can we move one book from here? The Bodyguard, maybe? Will that leave enough room? And then the Bodyguard may have to go up here. At least that means I can keep authors together. Okay, that is really squished in there, but it fits. It fits. Okay. You know what? It's not the best, it's not the worst. I think I might reshuffle these. My head is already going to like, well, how are we gonna fit X, Y, and Z once we read them? Not a now problem, that's a later problem. Okay, at least it looks good for now. I ended up putting them on this shelf because I feel like the colours look quite cute here. And then I ended up moving my Lila Sage books into this little crevice. I had this little spot here, so that worked quite well. I'm missing my beach read right now because it's on my TBR cart, so that would normally fill in that space. And then now we have this down here, but this needs to go back on the TBR cart. Also guys, 2 things to show you here. First of all, I put my special editions that Des gave me of these Abby Jimenez books here, and I also put my little Sunny Angels here because I feel like they just have to hang out. And now we have an Abby Jimenez dedicated shelf, which is just my favorite thing ever, so love this. But I also still have this Sunny Angel, which I haven't opened yet. This is the one I got in Boston, and I've told myself that I'm gonna save it for a day where I'm just like not having a good day, so that I can like have something to look forward to. So I don't know when that will be, but maybe I'll vlog it when I do. Okay, anyway, we need to pick a new read. Like I said, I think I'm still in the mood for a romance. Could read Wild Eyes. Ooh, I honestly feel like I might be in a bit of a Sarah Adams mood, so maybe I'll pick up the rule book. This is not on my monthly TBR, so I probably should be reading something on my monthly TBR, but I have not been in the mood to read this since I got it, and if I'm in the mood now, I may as well go with it. I love Sarah Adams' writing. At least I love When in Rome and Practice Makes Perfect. And I got this one in PR like ages ago, and it came with this cute little like fake ticket to use as a bookmark, which I love it when they send bookmarks in PR packages because I feel like they're so fun and I can stick them in my like book journal afterwards. I think this is about exes who used to date and now they're in like a workplace sort of thing. Like I think she becomes his agent, like he's a football player and she becomes his agent, but they used to date. So it's like the one that got away vibes, hopefully. I love that trope. So we'll see. This one doesn't look particularly long. It is 350 pages long or just under. So if we're going to read 134 pages, that will get us up to the middle of a chapter. So awesome. Love that. Okay, well this is where we're going to get up to. So almost halfway through the book, which would be pretty nice. It's crazy going from a 600 page romance book to a 300 page romance book. Like it just feels so different. But let's see if this one compares to When in Rome, because that's my favorite from Sarah Adams. Oh, I've also read the cheat sheet and I'm pretty sure this is set in the same world, so that's fun. Good morning, guys. I am looking a little rough. I did not wake up very long ago, but I have just texted, I was about to say some. I've just texted Soph to ask her how many pages I should read today, and I think she's just replied, 72. Honestly, I'm very happy with that. Perfect. Thank you. I do have a bit of a confession. I didn't finish my pages last night. I feel so bad about it. And it's so silly. So I started the rule book and I think I got about 60 pages in. And then we had friends come over and I think they left it around 9:30, I want to say. And that's usually when I'm in bed asleep. So usually I like read for like at least an hour before I go to bed. And I kind of forgot that I didn't have that time last night before bed. So I did try and stay up as much as possible. And I ended up getting up to page 101, chapter 13. So let's see how many pages I missed. Oh, I can work that out in my head. I literally only had to read another 33 pages. This is how much I needed to read, but I didn't. So I think what I'll do is I'll add the 33 pages onto today's page count. So 72 plus 33 is 105, and that feels clean. So we are gonna read 105 pages today, and that will get us a little bit further through the rule book. I did not update you guys very well yesterday at all, but I did read my pages. So let me give you a bit of an update. I was honestly out most of the day, so I had to come home and read my pages like last night and kind of like stay up late to finish them. But I did. I continued reading, I was about to say the cheat sheet, the rule book. And I realized I haven't even told you my thoughts on it, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I feel like Sarah Adams is one of those authors where I can see why she's not everyone's vibe. But I think she is mine when I'm in the right mood, because she is very, very cheesy. Her writing is very, very cheesy. But I've realized that I think I like cheesy if I'm in the right mood for it. Oh, you guys might want to see this. I feel like this is the best bit. I love cinnamon in my coffee and honey. I usually add a bit of vanilla syrup, but I have been doing honey lately and I think I prefer it. And then for the most satisfying part, ooh, a little bit of a spill, but pretty good. Oh, gorgeous. You can't tell me that's not so beautiful. In my new Anthro glass too. I feel like the bees look so pretty with the coffee. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I feel like Sarah Adams can be very cheesy, but I think I like cheesy at certain times and like if I'm in the right mood for it. And I think I am in the right mood for it because I am finding it so silly goofy and so funny. And the guy is just so utterly obsessed with her and I'm obsessed with that. I love that. If you want a book where the guy is just obsessed from the get-go, you have to read this book. Basically, I think I've mentioned they were exes and now they're forced to work together, and there's also been a bit of an incident where now the dynamic is looking a little bit different, but it's still really fun. But when they were exes, they ended up breaking up because Nora, which is our female main character, she ended up breaking up with Derek. I don't love the name Derek. I don't know why, but every time I read it, I'm just a bit like, Derek? Anyway, Nora broke up with Derek because she was a bit like, this is getting too serious too fast and we're too young for this, and I have a lot of life that I want to live before I settle down, before I get married, before I, you know, do all of those things. And I feel like if we stay together, I'm not going to be able to do those things, which I kind of respect. Like, it kind of makes sense to me, kinda. I don't understand why she couldn't have just like settled down with him and still done all those things, but I can kind of see it. And like based on her like family history and like her mum and stuff like that, like it makes sense in context. But he has been in love with her like ever since. Like he never stopped loving her. She was the one that got away, and he's always just like thought about her. And so when she shows back up, it's just like he never stopped loving her. So he's just obsessed right from the beginning, and I love it. I love it. It's really cute. I also filmed a little clip this morning of finding out how many pages I'm going to read today. So let's jump back into Past Rachel for a second so you guys can see that. Okay, we are on to day 6, which is crazy. I feel like I've only been filming this for a couple of days. And today, oh, look at my new phone case, by the way. How cute is this? Anyway, today I'm going to be texting Bestie Lang. I know that this is technically YouTubers choose how many pages I read, and Bestie Lang isn't technically a YouTuber, but she's an honorary YouTuber. So I'm just gonna text her anyway. Good morning, sunshine. I'm filming a book video and would love your help. Can you pick a number between 0 and 400? I don't know how many pages I want her to pick for me. Like, I don't know, maybe I want a long day. I do have like a bit of stuff I need to do today, just like editing. I think I'm hoping she picks around 200. That would be really nice. Like 400 would be a lot, but then also if she picks like 10, I'll be a little bit sad because I really want to finish the book that I'm currently reading. I will update you guys later. Okay, so literally like 2 minutes later, she said, "Hi Starshine, I pick 127," which honestly, I'm happy with that. I think that'll get me through my book. Like I'll finish it, which I'm happy with that. Perfect. Gorgeous. 127 pages today. That doesn't seem too intimidating. I love that. Back to current me. I haven't started reading today. It's 1 p.m. Obviously, I've just made a little midday coffee, and I have 127 pages to read today, so I'm planning on just finishing the real book, really. And then I don't know where we'll go from there, but I'll keep you guys updated. I ended up finishing the rule book, as you guys saw, and it was so cute. I actually really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I think I'll give it 4 stars. I think it's just like a cute, cheesy little rom-com. I could so imagine this becoming such a cute little movie. Like I could really see the scenes playing out in my head. I think if you don't love cheesy rom-coms, not for you, but if you just want something cutesy and fun and that like still has a good decent plot, I would definitely recommend this. I still think I do prefer her like When in Rome, Practice Makes Perfect, like that little series that she has, but this was fun, and I loved the little cameos that we got of Nathan and Bree from the cheat sheet, which is like the first book in this like world. But in saying that, you definitely don't like need to read the cheat sheet in order to read this, but it is cute, and you kind of ruin some things from the cheat sheet in this one if you read it first, if you care about that. But yeah, this was super cute. But that means I've read 2 romances in a row, so I think I'm gonna switch it up and go back to Girl Serpent Thorn, which I read 5 pages of at the beginning of this week, and then I just put it down, didn't touch it again. So I think I'm gonna go back to this because it actually was very interesting when I did pick it up. I just got in a romance mood, I guess. But technically, I only have 17 pages left to read out of like the pages that I needed to read today. And I think I'm gonna cheat and read more than that because I'm about to go to bed. It is 9:30 and I'm not tired in the slightest. So I just know I'm not gonna want to go to sleep after 17 pages. And I'm like, you know what? I've stuck to the page limit every single day so far, and I don't want to today. I don't want to anymore. I'm done with it. That has definitely been the most like frustrating part of this challenge, is stopping at the point where I need to stop, like stopping at the page limit, because it's pretty much always in the middle of the chapter. Never when I like want to stop actually reading. Like I always want to read more, and it just feels so limiting. So I'm cheating. I am cheating, and I am gonna read more than 17 pages, I think. But I'm gonna get ready for bed now, and I'll update you guys tomorrow on like how far I get into this, I guess. I hope I really like this. Unfortunately, we have come to the end of our reading vlog. I actually had so much fun this week. It was a little frustrating having to stop when I needed to stop, but the concept itself was so much fun. I loved having my besties choose how many pages I read without even realizing they were choosing how many pages I read. And I thought we could do a quick little reading recap. So obviously we started with Love Unwritten. We read this one from start to finish, and I had a good time. I rated this one 3.75. I feel like now it's like a 3.75, maybe even a 3.5. Like, it was good and I would recommend it, but it just isn't a top favorite of mine. Again, like I said, I just think it was a little bit dragged out at the end, and it just felt unnecessary to me. personally. But I liked the characters, I liked the storyline, I love being in a familiar world, I love being in a small town, so this one was fun. And then we also picked up the rulebook and read this one from beginning to end, and this was also such a fun time. I rated this one 4 stars. I really enjoy Sarah Adams' writing when I'm in the right mood for it. I feel like it's cheesy and it's silly, goofy, but it's just fun. And if you like a silly little rom-com, you have to read Sarah Adams if you haven't already. I'm really excited to read some more from Sarah Adams, and I can't wait to see what her future books are like, because I feel like her writing does get better and better. So I'm excited to see what she brings out next. But nothing has taken top spot over When in Rome for me, out of the books that I've read from her so far. And then lastly, we also picked up Girl Serpent Thorn. I didn't finish this one in this video, but I have started it and it's really intriguing so far. I feel like the writing so far is really interesting. The concept and the world building is really, really interesting. I kind of gave you guys a quick synopsis, but it's about a princess. She has a poisonous touch, and that is because she was cursed as a baby, and now she lives in the castle, but she's like hidden away because she has this poisonous touch and no one can risk getting close to her. So she's locked away in the castle, and she is just really, really sad because she just wants to live a normal life. She's always like looking out over the gardens and over the kingdom and just like wishing she could be a part of the kingdom and a part of society. And from what I've read so far, she wants to try and see if she can get this curse lifted. So very interesting concept and just like a lot of fun, and not too long either, which is nice. Not like a lot to commit to, because I feel like fantasy often is a lot to commit to, but so far so good. I might end up picking that one up in a future vlog. Someone has started mowing their lawn, so sorry about that. And I ended up writing out some stats. So just in case you were curious like me, on day 1 we read 5 pages, day 2 we read 236, day 3 165, day 4 345, day 5 72, and day 6 127, which equals 950 pages, which just feels very satisfying. And obviously, like I mentioned, we ended up reading 2 books from start to finish and like a third of another book, but I also did go over my limit on the last day. I'm so rebellious. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was just such a fun little challenge. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and so I'm glad that I finally got the chance to actually do it. Let me know if you want to see this again. There are so many bookish besties out there that I could message and ask to do something like this for me, but of course only if you guys enjoyed it. But I hope you guys have a great day or night, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.